I'm being asked to draw lines to show the region satisfied by these three inequalities. So the lines I need to draw are as follows. For x is greater than or equal to -2, I'm actually going to draw x is equal to -2. For y is greater than x, I'm going to draw y equals x. And for x plus y is less than 2, I'm going to draw x plus y equals 2. Now, some of the lines will be dotted and some will be solid. You need to remember that when you've got a greater than or equal to or a less than or equal to, it will be a solid line. If you've just got greater than or less than, your line will be dotted. Now the line x equals -2 crosses through the x-axis at the number -2, and it's a vertical line. So this is my first line. Now I've got to draw the line y equals x. I know that that's the line that goes diagonally through 0, 0, 1, 1, 2, 2, etc. And I need to draw this as a dotted line. So the line looks like this. Now I want to draw the line x plus y equals 2. I'm going to give myself a little table for this one. I'm going to take values of x as 0, 1 and 2. And I know that when I add y to it, I've got to get 2. So 0 add 2 would give me 2, 1 add 1 would give me 2, and 2 add 0 would give me 2. So my line has to go through 0, 2, 1, 1, and 2, 0, and it needs to be a dotted line. So my line looks like this. Now I need to label the region that's satisfied by the three inequalities with the letter R. To find that region, I need to find the area that's defined by the three lines I've drawn. That's this area here, so this is R. Just to show how this makes perfect sense, the region x is greater than or equal to -2 is here, and that eliminates this part of the graph here. Now we want to satisfy y is greater than x, so that's going to be above the line y equals x. And that eliminates this section here. We then also want to satisfy x plus y is less than 2, so that's below the x plus y equals 2 line. And that eliminates this section here, leaving us with the region that we've labelled R. Here's one for you to try. You'll need to copy the axes onto some squared paper. Press pause and have a go. When you're ready, press play. Here's the answer. Here's another question for you to try. You'll need to copy the axes onto some graph paper this time. Press pause and have a go. When you're ready, press play. Here's the answer. Here's another question for you to try. You'll need to copy the axes out onto some graph paper this time. You're told that x and y are integers. That means whole numbers. You'll find that there's only one pair of coordinates that satisfies this within the region. This part looks really complicated, but you're going to find your region in the usual way. Press pause and have a go. When you're ready, press play. Here's the answer. Now in this question, I want to use inequalities to describe the shaded area on the grid. So first of all, I need to identify the equations of all of the straight lines. Let's do the horizontal one first. It goes through the y-axis at the number 2, and it's a horizontal line, so we know it's y equals 2. Now for the vertical one, that goes through the x-axis at the number 1, and it's a vertical line, so we know that that's x equals 1. Looking at the two diagonal lines, I'm going to do this one first because I recognise this one as being y equals x. Because for every x coordinate on the line, the y coordinate is the same. We've got 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, and so on. Now I've only got this one left to find. Let's have a look at some of the coordinates on this line. We've got 0, 5, 1, 4, 2, 3, and so on. You'll notice that each time the pair of coordinates adds up to 5, so this must be x plus y equals 5. Now I've just done most of the work. Identifying the lines is the hardest part of the question. Now I've just got to turn them into the correct inequalities. So if I look at the y equals 2, I can see the shaded region is above that. So it must be y is greater than 2. And because the line is solid, it's actually greater than or equal to. For the x equals 1 line, I can see that the shaded region is to the right of it. So again, that must be greater. So it's x is greater than 1, and the line is solid, so it's greater than or equal to 1. For the y equals x line, again, I can see that the shaded region is above it. So y must be greater than x, and again, it's a solid line, so it's greater than or equal to. For the x plus y equals 5 line, I can see the shaded region is below it. So x plus y must be less than 5. This time we've got a dotted line, so we leave the inequality symbol like this. So these are the 4 inequalities that describe the shaded region on the grid. Here's one for you to try now. Press pause and have a go. When you're ready, press play. Here's the answer.